Okay, so the second page is not too much difficult. Starts off not too much difficult or different than the first one. You'll notice I just put my two masses right here. There's a 12 and there's a 6, and I found the FGs. And then I did a little quick free body diagram. I didn't put my tensions on there because they're kind of hard to draw when using this program. But you can hopefully figure out that you ignore them, and you just do the exact same thing you did for the first one. You find your FNet and then solve for your first FNet and solve for your second FNet, and then move on to solving for acceleration. Okay. If you wanted to minimize acceleration, what would you do? Well, think about this, guys. As this becomes more balanced, the object should accelerate less because there's a point when it's absolutely balanced. So how could you set this up? Think about this, guys. You have to be creative. How could you set this up to be absolutely balanced? And the last one is pretty difficult. Design two setups that would produce an acceleration of 1/8 g for both blocks. Well, I'll show you how to do this, guys. So it's basically saying that acceleration, oh, that's not what I want. It's basically saying that acceleration is going to equal 1/8 g. Okay, so what does that really mean? Well, what we have to do is find acceleration. Now remember, guys, acceleration equals, well, let's go even further back. Let's say F net equals A, and A therefore equals F net over M. But we should know from our previous, because this is talking about stuff that happened on the previous page, that M is going to be MA plus MB. Because this is talking about a system similar to what you did before. You know, when you had this style set up right here. It's on this page, and it's talking about making a system, a pulley system like this, and this pulley system has two masses. So that's why I'm doing this. Now, the next thing to realize is that we said before that F net equals F GA minus F GB, and that's what we did in the very first problem. So go to that. If that's not making any sense, go back and double check that. And the next thing you're just going to simply do is you're just going to substitute. So basically, I'm going to make it one big formula. A equals FGA plus, I'm sorry, FGA minus FGB. I'm substituting right here in this formula, this particular portion of the formula, in where FNet is. And then on the bottom, I have MA plus MB because there's two masses moving in the system. So we're almost there. We're almost to the point where we want to realize things. Now, we can even go back here and take a look, because I think I talked about it on this page. But remember, MA and FGA can be found similarly. So what I want to do is I want to make this term up here in terms of masses. So what I would like to do is hopefully you remember this, that FGA equals mass of A times G, and then FGB equals mass of B times the acceleration due to gravity. And I'm going to take these two formulas, these two right here, this one and this one, and I'm going to substitute them into this formula right here, this green formula. So now what I end up getting is A equals MA G minus MB G over MA plus MB. So this looks a little crazy, but you should see in the top you have a common term. Okay, let's modify to pull that common term out. I'm pulling this all the way up. Notice that G, guys, is shared by both terms in the top. So now I'm going to go to a dark blue. I'm going to say A equals G, whole parenthesis, MA minus MB over MA plus MB. I know this is pretty challenging, guys, but this is algebra, and it can be a lot of tedious work. So the next thing is to remember, what did we start off with? Well, we said that A, looking up here in my left hand corner, A equals 1/8 g. So I'm just going to substitute. For A, I'm going to put 1/8 g. Okay? So that means 1/8 g equals g ma minus mb over ma plus mb. Better parenthesis here. There we go. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's end this up. So now you should see you have a common term. Common term now on both sides, g. So basically you end up getting 1/8 equals ma minus mb over ma plus mb. And there's a hint, you can solve this as a system of equations where you set the denominator equal to the denominator of both sides and the numerator equal to the numerator of both sides. But play around with it, guys. You're going to learn through doing.